I watched the markets every single day this week, but I took no trades. Am I wasting my time? Someone said they trade every day, but they don't journal trades every day. They don't believe in journaling trades. That is crazy to me because, hey guys, it's Will. Welcome to the channel. I'm a part-time day trader trying to become a full-time, and if you guys are interested, join along with me. So I took no trades this week, but what does that mean? Did I waste my time? I'm gonna show you right now why it's not a waste of time. If you look at my trades, you can see that there's no trades that I took the past week. On January 20th, on Monday, there was actually no trades because the market was actually closed, so I couldn't trade that day. My plan was to trade, of course, but there was no trades, there was no setups that I saw that was catching my eyes. So what did I do? Did not take a trade. I said this in the past where I actually said that I did not take any trades because sometimes it just doesn't show you anything. This started happening a couple months ago. First month was November, which was the week of Trump's election. Did not take a single trade because everything was just choppy. Everything was in the middle of the zone, and I just didn't know where the market was going, so I just did not take a trade. Then the next one happened in December, and then now again in January. It obviously sucks that there's no trades that I can take, but it's still better than losing trades. So each day, what I normally do, I journal my trades. After every trading session, after each night, I journal my trades. I review the markets again, and then I take screenshots of my charts of the 30 minutes and also the 2 minutes to see the bigger picture of the market and also see the 2-minute time frame that I actually look at on real time. So in the future, if I want to backtest and look back on my trades, I go to this specific day and I look at it. And that right there is the power of journaling trades. Some people actually don't even journal trades, which is actually crazy to me. I watched this video the other day. Someone said they trade every day, but they don't journal trades every day. They don't believe in journaling trades. That is crazy to me because how do you learn from your past mistakes? How do you learn and grow from your mistakes that you keep making? I can understand if you are 4 years in, 5 years in, and you know yourself and you're being consistent, you're being profitable. But if you're not and you're starting out and you're still making mistakes, you're in your first 3 years, you're still not consistent. Even if you are consistent, it's still really good to journal trades because you can always improve on yourself. And not journaling trades, it just doesn't make sense to me. And I believe the most powerful thing is that you can see your progress over time. I can go back last year, January 13th, look at this date. Look at my trades, look at the charts that I set up, look at the progress of how I journaled back then to now, and see my progress through the year. Every person that doesn't journal can't say the same, so that's why you should journal now. This is Tuesday, which is basically the first trading of the week because Monday was closed. So what I normally do is I take screenshots of my charts. So the first one is the 2-minute and then the second one is the 30-minute. And then usually down here, I write down things that I can improve on. I have my game plan, I have my aftermath, my daily watch list, which used to be stocks that I used to watch, like let's say Nvidia, AMD, Apple. So looking at the first day, I'm gonna show you guys the bigger picture first, which is the 30-minute time frame. First thing what I notice is that we're in uptrend so far. We're in uptrend for these markets. If you see on the top left, you guys can see the markets. You guys see QQQ, SPY, NASDAQ, and this is the ES. The right side is the futures and the left side is the indices. This is January 21st. What I noticed is that the previous day we are above the 520 level. For the SPY, it's this 598 level. What I'm looking for is the break and retest. Since we are above that level, I'm looking for it to retest this 598 level and retest the 520 level, and then for it to go up, which it did exactly, but I didn't take any trades. So that's why I'm gonna go to the 2-minute time frame. So now we're in the 2-minute time frame. Basically did the exact thing that I wanted to do. It retested this level. You can see that I held and then it went back up, but it took about 2 hours to actually get to the 526 level. But why didn't I take any trades? It's because I also look at the NASDAQ and I also look at the ES. There's a supply area on the ES, so I was not really that comfortable taking the trade. I have a zone here for the NASDAQ, but as you can see, it is like kind of like choppy over here. So even though the QQQ actually held, it is kind of aggressive for my liking. And you can see here that the NASDAQ did break down. So I was thinking that it could just break down and retest this level here and just keep going down further. What also influenced me on that was because the SPY was rejecting this level right here, so I thought it could just also come down here. So that's why I didn't take any trades. One thing to note is that even though this trade can just go wrong and I can lose maybe 20 to 30%, we can look at the risk to reward, and I took a trade around here. This is what I'm risking, but my reward is all the way up here. This is about a 3-to-1, which is actually pretty good, but I'm not confident in taking the trade. Even though it's a good risk to reward, if I keep taking these setups and they're not what I usually like, I can keep losing. And if my win rate keeps going lower and I keep losing every single trade, then the risk to reward doesn't matter. This is the next trading day. This is Wednesday. The next day will happen again. It almost broke this level, the next supply level that I marked off, but it did not break it early on. So what I could do is look for the break, the retest of this level and continue. The same thing goes here. It breaks this level, retests, continue. Now looking at the 2-minute time frame, what I can see is that it did break this level on the SPY, it did break this level on the QQQ, but you can see that everything over here is choppy. It's not really a strong break, so I'm not going to take the trade. In hindsight, obviously it makes sense because I see everything now, but if you go closer to the markets, the candles are just like really close to my level. What I really want is a full break, at least maybe 50 cents or a dollar, and then it slowly goes down and retests that, holds, and then it goes up. This day was a bit more interesting. There was actually a gap level. This area here is a gap. It's a gap because you can see that the market closes right here, but then it opens up here. So that's why that's a gap. That's why I have my gap level right here and then right here, like the orange line. So what I'm looking for, if it breaks down and it retests that level, I can short it all the way down here to the next gap level or the demand zone. Or if that didn't happen, I can look for a break, a retest of this level, and continue. Now looking at the 2-minute time frame, this is what happens. The SPY was just doing nothing. It was just like chopping up and down. The QQQ was in random zone. The Nasdaq, you can see, is breaking up, barely breaking up, and just going back down, going up, going down. The ES is just under the supply zone. So what did I do? Again, I did not take any trades. This is something that you guys have to learn. You guys obviously have to find a strategy first. You guys have to find an edge. Understand what you want to look for each day. If it doesn't align with your setup, if it doesn't align with your plan, then you got to stick to it. You got to stay disciplined and keep following your rules, because if you don't follow your rules, you're going to keep making mistakes. I can fix my mistakes and do the same thing what I'm doing right now, but I can still lose. But at least it's a valid loss. At least I'm taking a setup that I like and I learned from it. On to the last day, on to the Friday. This right here is a 30-minute time frame. This is right here, this is a Thursday. This is a Thursday. The next day, which is the Friday, you can see that the SPY did open up at the next demand zone. It broke through this level, but on the QQQ did not break the level, so it was in the supply zone. This is why I also have game plan, is because before I trade, I look at the markets, which is the 30-minute, where I understand what I want to look for. Since it broke this level right here, I'm looking for a retest and a long, but if it fails, I can look for a breakdown, a retest, and a short. Then I go to the 2-minute time frame, which is here. Then I watch the markets. So what did I see is that we never got a retest. We never got a retest long of this level until almost 11 o'clock. But you can see right here, the QQQ was trading up here, did not break properly. So this is what I call a false breakout. It broke up, it went back down, it retested the level, and it went back down. This is one of my A+ setups I look for a short. Since we are above demand zone on the SPY, I was not really thinking about shorting the market. Now looking at the third chart that I showed, this is why in hindsight I would want to take a trade, because I was debating if I wanted to take a trade, but I did not trust it. You can see here that it did break this level right here. It retested it, rejected again. It retested again right here on this candle, and it failed again. So I was like, maybe I should take the trade, but then I was kind of hesitating. It's because we still are in the demand zone, so I did not really want to short it. And I was thinking maybe it would work because we still haven't retested this level of the SPY, so maybe it had to go through there first and then it'll go back up. So if I did take that trade, I'll be targeting this lower here, which that still would have been a 2-to-1. Even though it's only like a few points, like maybe around $2 or less than $2, it still would have been a decent trade. To recap, I did not take any trades this week, as you guys can see down here. It obviously sucks since the last week and this whole month I've been not doing great, and I would obviously want to take a trade to win, to start winning trades and to try being green at least for the week and the month, but it did not happen. Even though it sucks, I do want to look only for my A+ setups. So I watched the markets the whole week, I didn't see anything, and I didn't take any trades. It takes time to learn that skill, it takes time to learn that discipline, because before I would always take trades every day, and that is obviously valid if you trade like that, if you have setups like that. But over time I tweaked my strategy, I tweaked my plan to figure out what I want to look for, and I found more consistency doing that. This is why I don't take trades every day anymore. Even though I don't take any trades, even though you don't take any trades, you can still journal every day, you can still watch the markets every day, and you can still learn even though you don't take any trades, because maybe there was a trade that you could have taken but you didn't take it, and you just wanted to watch the markets to see, because you weren't confident in taking that trade, you were hesitating to take that trade. This is why you backtest, this is why you look at the markets, and you can learn something new every day. This is the power of journaling trades. And what I like to say is, how you do one thing is how you do everything. If you keep journaling every day, you learn something every day. So keep staying disciplined, keep staying consistent, and let's just get 1% better every day. And I'll see you in the next one.